So what's good everybody, welcome back to this 12th tutorial of Python. So in this tutorial we're going to see what are strings. In previous tutorials we saw lists, tuples and everything, sets, everything. Now here we're going to see strings. So strings are actually Unicode characters. It is Unicode characters, that means they can be alphabets, they can be numbers, actually letters. They can be any characters like ampersand, @sign, hashtag sign, any sign, dollar sign, percentage sign, anything. That is all the characters. It can be anything. That is Unicode characters. So to represent a string, we use a variable and we assign the string to that variable as we did for tuples, lists and everything. So suppose I am starting a variable. This is my variable called string. Or rather, instead of string, I'll just type CS because it is easier to type and all. So s equals to, and to represent a string like for lists and all, we use the square brackets and the curly brackets or braces for the sets and all. So for the list we are going to use the double quotes. Inside double quotes, whatever we write, this is going to be a string. So suppose I write yo, I'm a string. This is a string, and see I use any I can use any sign character also, like this exclamatory sign. I can use anything, and this is basically a string. We can simply print it. So when I print s, you have a string. It printed it out. And if you want to see the type of this thing, so it will print as first. After that, suppose if I have to print the type. So suppose if I say type, and then again in parentheses I write type of s. What is s? S is a variable, and what is assigned to that variable? It is a string. So it should print out string. See, you have a string and class string. String actually str means string, and it is a class actually. And same goes, actually I didn't tell you, but same thing goes for tuples as well. So suppose this is my tuple and I am writing any values in it. And after that, suppose if I write print type of t. Sorry, type of t actually. So when I write type of t, see it printed out the class tuple. And again same if I make it a list. You know the drill. So okay, list, it's fine. After that, now we'll see various operations that we can perform on this string now. So you can see there are two types of operations for now. So they are concatenating two strings and repeating a string. So what is concatenating? You may know concatenating means basically we are adding two strings. So suppose s is my, or say this is my string s1 and this is my string s2, and I write s2 I am also a string. Okay, and suppose first of all actually we'll see printing s1 and again I'll print s2 so that we can get the difference. So when I print s1 and s2 separately, they are printing it, and after that, so to concatenate means to add. So basically I just write plus s2, so it will add the two strings. See, you have a string, and you can use a space here so that it is more nice to see whatever. This is concatenating two strings. So I concatenated two strings in this way, just by writing this operator plus sign. And after that, the repetition actually. How can we repeat a particular string? So suppose this is my string s1, and if I want to print this string, how many times? Say 5 times. So I'll simply write s1 5 times. Times means what? Multiplication. So the multiplication sign and with 5. So see, it printed it out 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And see, here's a difference between concatenating and multiplication or repetition. So if I write plus 5 now, what will happen? Let us see. So it gave me an error. Why? Because 5 is an integer, and string and integer cannot be concatenated at all. But what if I convert this 5 into a string? How can I convert it? Just by writing it into double quotes. So if I write this 5 in double quotes, it should concatenate both the strings now. See, you have a string and 5. It printed out. Instead of 5, say I write any number. See, it printed out. And for multiplication we saw, we just have to repeat it. And see, now actually if I write this thing in double quotes 5, and instead of plus I write multiplication, that is if I want to repeat this thing, see, it again gave me an error. Because why? A string cannot be multiplied by a string. Because see, if I say I want to print this string 5 times, then it is fine because 5 is an integer. But this 5 is not an integer, because it can be anything. It can be letter, it can be words, it can be anything. So instead of writing this 5, in double quotes, I'll write it simply as an integer and it prints it out. So that's all for operations. Now if you want to see some information or rather theory on the strings, you can read it to yourself by pausing the video. These are the important features of strings now: index accessing, immutable, and slice operations. So index operations, you need to know what are indexes starts from 0. So why is the 0th index? First index is O, the second index will be a space now, because here is a space, so it must be taken as the second index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. So 17th is the last index. So what does it mean? The length of this string is 18. So 18 is the length of this string. So suppose if I type printing out length of S, the length of string is 18. But if I want to say index, we saw this index accessing and all. Actually we didn't see it, so I'll just tell you all what is it first. So suppose I print S of, suppose I want a particular element to be printed. So I write that the index of that element in a square bracket, and suppose I want to print O. So the index of O, what is the index of O? 0 and 1. So if I write S of 1 over here, it will print out S of 1, that is O. If I write S of 2, now what is S of 2? It is a space, so it simply printed out a space. Again S of 3 is I, so it printed out I, and so on. So this is what is index accessing. Now immutable. So what does it mean by immutable? Suppose you want to change a particular element of a string. Suppose you want to change O to anything. So I write S of, now what is the index of O? 1, we saw it earlier. If I want to change it, in list and all we can do it. So if I want to change it to say www and in quotes, double quotes or say just W, and if I run this program now, see what does it say? It gave me an error by saying string object does not support item assignment. What does it mean? It is immutable. Immutable means it cannot be changed, that's all. And now slicing. Slicing is a really important feature of strings now. So for slicing in a string, you write the indexes in the square brackets again, like we did for index accessing. So if I write, suppose you want to print a particular part of the string. So suppose you want to print I am. So you need to see the index. So 0, 1, 2 and 3. So for I the index is 3. Then 4, 5 and 6. For M the index is 6. But the thing is, after colon whatever you write, the index should be excluded. Actually the index is excluded. So if I write 6 over here, it will print up to the 5th index, that is A only. So if I run this thing, it will print out only up to A. So suppose if I write 7 over here, so 7 will get excluded and 6 will get included. So it will print I am. In this way we just have to use the indexes to slice. Slice means like sandwich, you know, the slice of sandwich, you know. Okay, and after that by default actually, suppose if I write just a colon, then and I run it, it printed out the whole string. Why? Because I didn't mention anything on the left side and the right side. Because see, if there is nothing, then by default it takes the 0th index, that is 0 from Y. And if I don't mention over here anything, then it will take n minus 1. Suppose n is the length of my string, then the last index, what will be the last index? Because it starts from 0, the last index will be n minus 1, n being the length of that string. So the last index will be n minus 1. The length of string was 18, so it will be 17 over here. By default it takes it, and if I run it, it will print out the whole string. And again same thing goes from here over here again. So if I want to print yo I, so 0, 1, 2 and 3. So if I just write 3 over here, and I didn't write 0 over here. I forgot this slide. Okay. Now if I run it, you see it just printed out. By default it took it as a 0. And if I don't write anything over here, and if I want to print from here, from I up to the last thing, so 0, 1, 2 and 3. So the index of I is 3, and I didn't mention over there anything. So from 3rd index it will print out the whole string. And now I'm going to tell you all how to actually what are negative indices. So see, for positive indices it starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. But for negative indices, it starts from here, and it does not start from 0, it starts from minus 1, because 0 is not a negative number. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, -4, -5, -6 and so on. It goes on like that. So suppose if I write s of -1. So what is s of -1? It is exclamatory mark. So when I print it, it will print out exclamatory mark. So you can say -1 is same as 17 because this is I think 17. I don't know what is it. But if we go from here, I think it is 17 or 18. Then -1 is equal to 17 in that sense. So if actually you know this, there might be a formula as well because you can actually compare negative and positives indices. So if I write, suppose now I write print the value of strings from -2 up to the last thing. So see, it will print out this because see, -2 is included. So what is -2 is a space. So 1, 2, or instead of space, suppose I write 3. Now if I write print from -3, see -3 is included now. So when I write -3, it means this index, that is 1, 2 and 3. It means this index, that is from G up to the last element. So the last element is exclamatory mark, so it will print out up to this thing. But now see, if I write print up to -3, if I write print up to -3, it will print out up to n. It will print out up to n because see, now if I write -3, -3 will not get included. So the index before it will get included. So what is index before it? -4. So -4 will get included and it will start from 0 as I told you. Or here the negative element, that is negative whatever the length of string, the minus of it. So from here it will start and it will print up to n, excluding -3. So these are negative indices. You can use them. Actually, if you want to reverse a string and all, then you use them. We'll discuss how to reverse a string afterwards. Reverse a string means to print out from exclamatory mark, then G, then I, in a reverse pattern. So that's all. And afterwards, see, if you want to read the theory, you can just pause the video and read it. You saw the features and all. So I think that's all I need to discuss for this video. So thank you. I'll meet you in the next video.